We've got your backs. That's the message the Iraq-Afghanistan Veterans Association says is sent each time an American gives money in support of soldiers and their families. For many Americans, donating fulfills a desire to give back. Others give to receive tax benefits, and for some, it's a way to be closer to a decade-long war they've only known in the media. For IAVA, it's a philanthropic trend which has served as a lifeline, says Tim Embry, a reservist who served 2 combat tours in Iraq.
When we first started these 2 conflicts, there were a lot of folks coming home to nothing. These groups came up and they filled that void on their own because they saw that need.
That void is now filled by more than 1,400 veterans groups that have applied for nonprofit tax-free status since the war in Afghanistan began. As U.S. troops return from the battlefield, Americans are increasingly being asked to donate money to charities claiming to help the troops. The money is collected to assist soldiers with everything from war zone comforts to funding the treatment of life-altering battlefield injuries. Since returning home from Afghanistan, lieutenant-turned-veteran-turned-volunteer Kristen Murdoch has seen the fundraising firsthand.
People always question where the money goes. They see you're having fundraisers, they're asking for donations, but people don't always see where it goes.
In the past decade, only one veterans group has been denied the special tax privileges given to nonprofit organizations. But knowing if donations are really going to help service members can be a problem, says Bennett Weiner of the Charity Watchdog Division of the Better Business Bureau.
When there's opportunity and motive, good organizations will get involved, but also some con artists and those with ulterior motives, unfortunately, will strike when the iron is hot as well.
The U.S. Navy Veterans Association serves military personnel across the nation.
One of those alleged con artists is this man who goes by the name Bobby Thompson. He has been indicted on charges of theft, money laundering, and corruption for allegedly using an identity stolen from a Navy veteran to create a fake nonprofit called the U.S. Navy Veterans Association. Our attempts to locate the headquarters of the U.S. Navy Veterans Association led us here to a commercial postal facility in Washington, D.C., where their registered box, not even large enough to handle these, requests for donations in the name of troops sent to just one American household over 2 weeks. Ohio prosecutors claim the scam funneled money given for needy troops to several high-profile Republican political campaigns. The conspirator would then attend political events, grabbing snapshots with party leaders, including former President George W. Bush, allegedly attempting to build credibility for his fraudulent charity. The man, known as Bobby Thompson, is now the subject of a nationwide manhunt, with nearly $100 million still unaccounted for. Legitimate organizations like the Iraq-Afghanistan Veterans Association hope charity scams don't prevent people from giving to worthwhile groups that do assist service members.
If you come across an organization that maybe doesn't pass the smell test, I think pretty quickly you'll stop supporting that organization and you'll turn to one that does. And so I think the average American person is pretty darn smart and can figure it out pretty darn fast.
But those tasked with monitoring charities warn it's a case of donor be diligent.
There are, unfortunately, veterans and military charity groups that are not well managed, or in some bad actors they may be seeking to take advantage. They are the exception to the rule, but they're out there.
An exception to the rule with a hefty price tag for those who have already risked so much for America. Derek Henkel, VOA News, Washington.
2 more! Go!